You know, I do have to say, if this is true about the Nintendo Switch 2, it's gonna get me really excited, especially when it comes to frame rate for Nintendo Switch 2 games. I mean, I love my Nintendo Switch, but I think a lot of Nintendo Switch games could use an FPS boost, especially when we're talking about first-party exclusives that'll be sequels or new games in the series for Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, and other Nintendo IP. I would enjoy that consistent 30 FPS or 60 FPS, and at the same time not have to sacrifice too many visuals. What about you? 30 FPS or 60 FPS? I know that's a pretty big debate right now. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwood or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not, and have that notification bell on so you know when I upload. In this video, we are going to talk about some new Nintendo Switch 2 info that has come out about the clock speed of the Nintendo Switch 2 and how that affects the actual performance of the console. We also have some information on the power of the console and the battery life as well, which is something interesting to me because I like playing in portable mode. My commute to work is about 1 to 2 hours, so having that portable mode is very helpful for me, so it's cool to see this information. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. The more you guys leave those comments, the more YouTube pushes it in the algorithm, which means I can spend more time on new animations for the show. So this information comes to us from WCCF Tech. That's the article we'll be pulling the information from, and the headline reads, Nintendo Switch 2 may hit 4 teraflops in docked mode, will be clocked crazy low in handheld mode. The Nintendo Switch 2 may be clocked higher than expected in docked mode, but crazy low in handheld mode to achieve a better battery life, according to rumors circulating online. According to Moore's Law is Dead, people at Nvidia wanted the console to hit 4 teraflops in docked mode, and to achieve this, the console will supposedly be clocked much higher than expected. In handheld mode, on the contrary, the YouTuber heard that the system will be clocked crazy low, possibly below 800 MHz, for a few reasons. Besides achieving better battery life, the Fox highlighted how low power consumption would result in the system producing low heat and fan noise, which are important factors to consider for a console that is targeted towards children. Nintendo designed the original Nintendo Switch with children in mind. For example, the console's backstand is easy to put back if removed, and its cartridges were made to taste horrible to prevent children from biting them. A console with low power consumption would also require a lot of cooling and have no overheating issues in case it gets covered some, which is something children using the system could carelessly do. During the podcast, it has also been discussed on how much ray tracing will be prevalent in the Nintendo Switch 2 games, based on what Japanese companies have done with the current console with its first-party title. Moore's Law is Dead and the Fox speculate on how ray tracing will be mostly present in first-party titles. Considering how much Nintendo does a lot of optimization work to achieve the best possible visuals with acceptable performance, while third-party developers will stick to rasterization and the use of NVIDIA DLSS to achieve better visual quality and performance. Now this would mean that this is in line with the Xbox Series S. The Xbox Series S is 4 teraflops of power. Now the interesting thing here is if it's near the power of the Xbox Series S, you have to question what the price of this is going to be then. And by extension, the original Nintendo Switch. The Xbox Series S runs for $300. So I could see a future where Nintendo actually reduces the price of the Nintendo Switch OLED, Nintendo Switch Lite, and the original Nintendo Switch, and place that at maybe $250, and then maybe for the Switch Lite at $150, maybe the OLED for $250, and then the Nintendo Switch 2 for $300. Part of me wants to say $350 for the Switch 2 though, because the OLED is $350, but somewhere around that price range from $300 to $350, that would be amazing. Now I do have to say, the clock speed part of this article really has me happy if this does end up being true, at least for the docked mode. If it's clocked higher than expected, then that means the Nintendo Switch 2 will at the very least have a pretty good frame rate for its Nintendo Switch games. And again, this does make me wonder if there's going to be different versions of games. Is there going to be the original Nintendo Switch, and there's going to be the Nintendo Switch 2, and are some games just not going to come to the original Nintendo Switch? Or will they come later on? There is already a Nintendo Switch leak out there saying that Sega's rebooted games are coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, but they're only going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2. So there are already trickles of that happening even before the console's release. We don't know if that's true, of course, but if it does end up being true, it does make you wonder, how far is this going to extend? Is this going to extend like new 3DS stuff? stuff? Where it was only a couple of games, or is this going to be a lot of third-party games? I don't know, we're just going to have to see. Now, there is something at the end of the article that kind of piqued my interest a bit. The part where they speculate on ray tracing being more present in first-party titles when it comes to Nintendo Switch games, or first-party games I should say. That would be amazing. I mean, a lot of Nintendo Switch games already look pretty amazing because of the art style. I mean, look at Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Look how well they beefed up the graphics on that game. They added new lighting, new character models, and it just looks amazing. Look at Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. The art style and art direction for that game is amazing, and it looks amazing. Then you throw Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and there are so many games that look fantastic on the base Nintendo Switch. It really makes me wonder, what if they throw ray tracing into those, and how amazing would those look? Will we get some kind of DLSS upgrade for these games? And not just current Nintendo Switch games, future Nintendo Switch games too. I'm really curious on what the first Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive game is gonna look. Well, not exclusive, but first party game I should say. Like, what is the new Zelda game gonna look like? What is the new Mario game gonna look like? If they do end up using ray tracing within the console. Now, of course, in handheld mode, the clock speed is gonna be down, so that's gonna be the interesting part too. What is the performance in handheld mode for these games gonna be? Because if it is clocked lower than expected, I would assume there's gonna be a very big noticeable difference between on the screen, something that could do 4K versus something that can't do 4K and more than likely can't do ray tracing in handheld mode. Now, if you had to ask me if you actually needed that to enjoy the console, enjoy the games, I personally don't need those two things. I just need 1080p and a consistent frame rate, 30 FPS or 60 FPS. Again, it depends on the game for me. I know there's a whole Paper Mario discussion going on between 30 FPS and 60 FPS. I'm gonna give my thoughts on that eventually. Might be my next video, might not, we'll see. But for me, just to have a quick input on that, if it's like an FPS or if it's like a time-based game, that's like a Souls game, nothing like Paper Mario. Paper Mario is time-based, I guess you could say, but not anywhere near the amount of time you would need for a Souls game. Again, like I said, it depends on the game. I'm fine with 30 FPS, but here's the thing though. If Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door comes out and it's an inconsistent 30 FPS, that's when I'm gonna have a problem. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, you should let this cook a little bit more and smooth out that frame rate before release. But if it's consistent 30 FPS, I have no problems. And again, the GameCube version always exists. You can always emulate it as well. I've always been a fan of these games that Nintendo releases when they beef up the graphics, like Metroid Prime 1 Remastered, and give it that overhaul the graphics in the game. But yeah, that's just kind of my short thoughts on the frame rate discussion. I'm gonna make a whole video on it. So make sure you guys are subscribed for that, and also tell me your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Are you excited for this Nintendo Switch 2 information? Are you happy with the power of the Switch 2 being close to the Xbox Series S? And I believe the Xbox Series S is more powerful than the PS4 Pro, which the base PS4 already had some amazing looking games. So it's already sounding like a good console for Nintendo. I mean, their games are gonna look pretty amazing. So I'm pretty excited personally. So you guys tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. And if not on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.